Racing. They race over 3 miles for the EBF TBA free racing post form at totesport.com. Mares Novices Steeplechase. And heading towards the first fence. They just jumped the one in the back straight first time round. It's a discovery on the inside leads from Orana Conti. They landed together. And they're a couple of lengths clear. In third on the inside we have Etier Dufaux. Then out wide Society Night. In the back two, Moulin de la Croix on the inside of Rings End Rose. So a long run before they take their next fence, which will be rounding the home straight. And it's a discovery to settle down to make the running under John Kington. Leads by a couple of lengths as they begin this left-hand turn. In second place, Orana Conti. Then vying for third. On the outside, the first time blinkered Society Night against the fence with the pink sleeves. Etier Dufaux. And then also matching strides at the back of the field, Moulin de la Croix, who races towards the inside of Rings End Rose. So making this long sweeping turn into the home straight, and it's a discovery, has built up a 3-length lead as they start the swing in. Orana Conti a clear second for Tom Phelan, and the others pretty well grouped. Etier Dufaux on the inside of Society Night. Moulin de la Croix quite keen for Sam Twiston-Davis, under restraint towards the inside with the yellow cap. And the back marker, Rings End Rose. Taking the first of 4 in the straight, it's a discovery pecked on landing, and an even worse peck from Society Night, who was back in 5th place. But they're all still standing as they head towards their first open ditch, fence number 3. It's a discovery with a clear lead, jumped that one well, from Orana Conti. And then Etier Dufaux. Moulin de la Croix has improved a place following that mistake from Society Night. And the back marker by half a length is Rings End Rose. On towards the next in the straight. This is a plain one. It's a discovery with a clear lead. Gave that one plenty of daylight. Jumped it safely enough, though, from Orana Conti. And then comes Etier Dufaux and Wayne Hutchinson back in third. A length to the favourite, Moulin de la Croix, the Leicester winner, on the inside. And then 3 lengths to Rings End Rose and Society Night. So heading towards fence number 5. It'll be the 13th and last in a circuit's time. It's a discovery, if anything, extending the lead still further as they jump this one. And jumped it in good style. She's a good 10 or 12 lengths clear as they come to pass the stones. Mistake at the back of the field from Society Night. And this one, a good 20 lengths behind the leader. It's a discovery with a circuit to go. It's a discovery then by a dozen lengths from in second Orana Conti. Moulin de la Croix has improved on the inside to share third with Etier Dufaux. There's 6 lengths to Rings End Rose. And then rather struggling after those 2 errors in the straight, Society Night brings up the rear. So they'll make a left-hand swing now at the bottom bend and head out towards the far side once more. It's a discovery, leading by 10 lengths as they swing the corner. In second, Orana Conti. Moulin de la Croix nosing through on the inside to go third, with the company out wide, Etier Dufaux. There's 8 lengths to Rings End Rose, and a growing gap now to Society Night as they race uphill over onto the far side, and It's a Discovery has a reduced advantage as they enter the back straight. Only 4 lengths clear as they head away down the far side of the track. Orana Conti also being closed down by the 3rd and 4th, Moulin de la Croix and Etier Dufaux. There's 6 lengths to Rings End Rose and some 15 or 20 lengths to Society Night. So heading towards the first of the 4 fences over on the far side, and it's all change up front as It's a Discovery gives way, and Orana Conti goes on and jumps that one well. And there, having surrendered the lead, It's a Discovery blunders and unseats the rider. So making the run past the open ditch, they'll bypass that one today and going on towards the next plain fence over on the far side. Society Night's been pulled up at the back of the field as they go then towards this plain fence, and Orana Conti leads. Etier Dufaux has moved through into second place with Moulin de la Croix in third, and there's some 12 or 15 lengths clear of Rings End Rose. So going towards the next on the far side, this will be 6 from the finish, and toward the inside it's Orana Conti who leads, Etier Dufaux in second, Moulin de la Croix in third, and then there's 15 lengths back to the trailer Rings End Rose. So we're going well down the far side, just one more to take over in the back straight. Orana Conti out in front, jumps that one in good style, increases the lead. In fact, a mistake there by Moulin de la Croix, looking very tired now back in third place. Etier Dufaux giving chase to the leader, Orana Conti, but is a good 6 to 8 lengths down as they continue then well down the far side of the track, and shortly they'll be swinging left-handed once more, with Orana Conti holding a sizable advantage, increasing the lead to some 10 lengths over Etier Dufaux in second. There's a good 15 lengths then back to Moulin de la Croix in third, and Ringsend Road is tailed off behind that leading trio. So making the swing towards the end of the back straight. They're still some 3/4 of a mile from home and have 4 to take when they swing in. And it's Orana Conti maintaining this clear lead as they round that far turn. Orana Conti with the advantage as they now begin the swing back towards the home straight. Still has a sizable lead as they make the swing in, increasing that lead with every stride, going some 15, 20 lengths clear over the chasing Etier Dufault in second. A similar gap back to Moulin de la Croix in third as they now make the run left-handed. Ringsend Rose still continuing but tailed off. So with a commanding lead, Orana Conti comes towards the first in the straight, up and over it safely. Still has the lead of some 20-25 lengths over Etier Dufault, who's actually being pulled up before taking the first in the straight. And that'll leave Moulin de la Croix in second as the leader comes towards the open ditch, and now almost a fence clear and falls at the open ditch. Orana Conti comes down, so Moulin de la Croix has been left in front and has the open ditch now to negotiate. She's very, very tired as she comes towards it. Ringsend Rose is still continuing in second as they come then towards the open ditch. And Moulin de la Croix has blundered and unseated the rider. So now we're left with Ringsend Rose, who has the job of negotiating here the open ditch. And Ringsend Rose has declined to jump the ditch, has raced around the ditch. And we'll wait and see whether that is a case of not jumping it because of the horse that had fallen on the other side of it. So we'll see as Ringsend Rose then comes towards the next fence, which will be 2 from home. Ringsend Rose comes towards it. This is 2 from the finish, and she's up and over it safely. So just the 1 fence to take now. Ringsend Rose is still attempting to complete the course here. Ringsend Rose bypassing what would normally be the second last. So just has the 1 fence to take. Ringsend Rose coming towards the final obstacle. Heading towards it. She's still got some 40 or 50 yards to go before she comes towards the final fence. Ringsend Rose comes towards the last and jumps it safely. So Ringsend Rose on the run in now and heading towards the line. She didn't jump the final ditch, presumably was waved around it as the horse had fallen on the other side. And Ringsend Rose then has the task of coming home in her own time for Jimmy Durham. None of the others are able to remount and complete, so Ringsend Rose will finish alone and land her first race. And eased up towards the line, finishes on her own.
Well, high drama in this race, and I hope it's not going to be a tragic outcome. It might be, sadly, for Orana Conti, who took such a crashing fall. Orana Conti, who took this very tired fall. And it did look as though Moulin de la Croix was going to be the beneficiary of this. We'll just see Orana Conti. As you can see, looked a tired fall rather than a high-impact fall, but doubtless Orana Conti is being attended to. There is a steward.